Welcome to another episode of Two Men with an Opinion. For y'all that don't know, ain't used to this, we on time today.
No, it's 8:05, that boy.
Well, that's really on time for us.
For y'all.
Well, yeah, for us. Yeah, then we got a special guest. So the fact that we got a special guest on the show tonight, Ms. Denitra,
That's all right.
y'all finally get to see the person that's behind the brand, the logo. We shot it to her. She did what she did with it, man. So the show that we talking about tonight, we talking about depression for y'all that don't know, but also we got a strong female that's gonna give her spiel on how depression hits women as far as a woman perspective. But she's not just gonna do that. This is the woman behind the logo. So y'all finally get to see the face behind the logo, man. So Ms. Denitra, welcome.
Thank
to Two Men with an Opinion.
Thank you. Thank y'all so much for having me on the show. I'm not sure. I don't know how I came up with the logo. I mean, again, they shot me their ideas, and I put something together really quick. It worked out in their favor. I think we tweaked it a little bit.
We did.
Yeah,
we did.
I put something together, and then we tweaked it. Made it a little bit easier to print merchandise.
Yeah.
So let's not forget about that.
Yeah.
Hit that DM, find out how you can get yourself a Two Men with Opinion t-shirt, rock the logo, support the brand. But yeah, so I was able to create that for those guys. I'm so proud of y'all. And thank y'all again for having me on the show.
Oh, yeah. See, she don't brag on herself, but I'm finna brag. I'm finna brag on it. Man, first of all, I met Denitra at Elsik High School.
Yep.
And I'm so happy, so glad, so proud that she finally grew into her forehead. Cause y'all, she was looking like LeBron. I mean, like literally, just like this.
That wasn't the purpose of why she was coming on the show, y'all.
I promise. I'm so happy she finally grew into her head. She was literally walking around looking like a damn blow pop. I was like, oh my gosh. I didn't know.
You know what?
Hey, the fact that he started it out like he did, I thought he was finna go into something real good.
Like he sound real serious.
Yeah, boy, out of line,
We
man.
almost
You
thought
set
he
him up for
grew.
that.
But no, not at all.
Nah, but man, Denitra's good people, man. She came through with my on my wife's birthday and man, looked out for us for real.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. So you gonna admit that on the live? Huh?
Yeah. Hey, man. Hey,
Wow.
It's okay.
This
Cause
family.
That's, I know that's what you know I'm gonna say because we family.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's one of the first steps to depression.
It is.
You gotta admit that.
Gotta admit
Already. See, boy, look at
Yeah.
that, man. Hey, y'all don't forget to like, subscribe, and share on
Like,
YouTube.
share, and compare.
See, there you go with that BS again, man. Don't forget to do that, man, on the YouTube page. Don't forget to tag some of your people. If you know somebody that need to hear what we're finna discuss tonight, tag some of your friends, your family members, whoever, man, because it's finna get thick tonight, man. So normally how we normally do, I normally pass it to my boy, but we respectable, man, so we gonna pass it to the ladies first, because ladies are first. So Miss Denitra.
Oh, shut your fuck ass up.
What you mean? So hold on now. Hey, don't do that because we got company. Don't do that because we got company, man.
Yeah.
Don't do that because we got company, man.
Hey, man. Hey, let me read these comments. Hey, the old lady said, "What? Oh, hey, friend."
Hey,
Whatever.
friend.
Oh, she shouted out Denitra.
Yeah, she said, "Don't do my friend. I'll come out there and put these." Oh, be quiet. Everybody worried about her. Yeah.
But Miss Denitra,
Yes.
depression.
Yes.
We know me and him gonna hit it from the male's point of view as best as we know how. But we need to get both sides. So
Right.
from a woman's point of view, when we talking about depression tonight, what are even some of the signs of depression from a woman's perspective? And with that being said, how would you go about dealing with it?
So I can tell you, again, my overall purpose for being here is a woman's point of view.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Depression is almost like an illness. It doesn't have a face. It doesn't have a certain look. It's days that I've been depressed and I've walked out my house looking fresh to death, smile on my face, go to work, perform great, and no one has no clue what goes on when I get home. You fall apart. So I think as women, we do so good at putting on a facade.
Yeah.
Because, we got to keep it together for the husband. We got to keep it together for the kids. And a lot of times, we really just trying to keep it together for ourselves. So to ask for, what are the signs? well, one, you got to be in tune if you're married or with a significant other. You really, really, really got to know your spouse.
Right.
Something's off. You know, you short with me. You know, every little thing is bothering you. You know, what's going on? And I know I have been that person when I was married. I'm one who, well, first of all, the mouth is already slick. So
all day long. The truth.
So, you know, maybe he thought I was just on one of my dates. But, I mean, he knew me well enough to know when something was wrong. And so that was a bonus for our, you know, little dynamics of our little relationship.
Right.
But when you're in a situation where you just have a boyfriend and he or she, or girlfriend and he or she is not always there 24 hours, 7 days a week, it's real easy to break up because that one moment where she snapped, he like, I ain't got to put up with this. You know, she tripping. I'm out.
Yeah.
When in reality, she's really not tripping with him. She's tripping with whatever is going on with her.
Right.
And sad to say, a lot of people or women can't really put their finger on what they are depressed about. Because it's so much.
Glad you said that. Being that you said that.
It's serious. Like that list.
Being that you said that, we gonna flip it to the man. Let's create a situation.
Okay.
I'm the husband right now with what you just described. And you depressed. And I don't know how to read you like you want me to read you. You like you just said, you don't even know you're depressed.
Right.
In my head, I'm like, man, she tripping, she spazzing out. We not in boyfriend stage. This husband and wife.
We in here.
We locked in. And how would you? And again, expectations is something that runs a lot of relationships.
Yeah.
I can't fix you even if you don't know what's wrong with you, but you depressed. But how do the man? Because if we trying to get a woman's perspective, you depressed. How would you expect me to handle you
fix you
in the fix your depression? Granted, I'm not supposed to be able to fix that. You got to fix yourself.
Right.
But I'm saying it's the expectation that comes with it. How would you expect me to handle that situation?
You know what he's doing? He's basically, yeah.
Don't do that. Hey, come on, man.
That's what he's doing.
Everybody ain't catching it. So don't do that. Don't do that.
What he's doing,
Wow.
Free game.
That's not game, bro. I just asked you a question. What's game about
He's
this?
basically trying to, I know what you're doing. I'm just, you know what? You showed this right. I ain't gonna give your secrets away. I ain't gonna tell him about your secret sauce. But I see what you're doing.
That's not sauce. That's not sauce.
Go ahead.
I just created a situation.
Uh-huh.
We have a woman right here.
Right.
I want to see how would she handle that situation, man.
Truth be told, in a situation like that, 41, almost 42-year-old Denitra knows the right answer.
Right.
Now, whether or not it's going to happen, because it depends on the person, and their personality.
Right.
The right answer is bottom line, have the conversation. It's going to be rough. It's going to be tough. Look, you tripping. What's going on with you?
Mm-hmm.
And she ain't going to want to hear it.
Yeah.
You know, she going to pop out. Ain't nothing wrong with me. And there is something wrong with you. You losing. You falling apart. But you have to be so committed into making sure you help her figure out what's wrong. Because she don't know either.
Right.
So the conversation has to be had. And it's going to be rough. Nobody wants to hear about them.
Huh.
Nobody wants to hear
Amen.
something is wrong with me.
Right. Okay.
Even though I know it, I deal with it, I talk the turn, I'm tug of war with that thing every night, but that's a conversation between me and me.
Right.
But when somebody else has to come to you and say, hey, you tripping, something wrong with you, you need help. And, you know, often in the black community, we don't like to seek therapy.
Right.
We don't like to, you know, go to people, or in some cases, we don't have anybody that is solid that can say, hey, I need you, hear me, and don't take my shit to Facebook.
Wow.
You know, don't take it to the next brunch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Okay.
like, if you're going to be my friend, be my friend. So sometimes, friend may not even be you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You may be able to address it with her and say, hey, what's going on with you? And she may not be ready to just open up in that capacity.
Right.
And a lot of times in relationships, people get so ticked off, like, well, if she can't come to me, I'm her spouse. Well, who else can she come to?
Right.
Let me tell you something.
Right.
It's levels to this. It's levels to this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go directly to you off the bat when I'm falling apart, when I've given myself this title and put myself on this pedestal that I got all my shit together. So how vulnerable do you want someone to be and come to you and just flat out say, you know what, I'm falling apart. I need you. It's levels to that. So
okay.
you have to have the conversation.
You said a lot of important
Let me read
things.
these comments.
They coming in already?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. But My old lady said depression is happening to everyone and has been happening. Miss Perry, Edie Perry, it's those internal battles no one sees. Absolutely. Right. Right. Okay, the old lady, she put here is a resource that someone may need. Tech Santa changes lives. I guess this is like for depression.
Right.
Depression number.
Right.
That's what's up. What's up, Miss Kim? She said,
Yeah.
You do it. Yeah, you.
Yes, honey.
Oh, that's how you do it?
No,
yes.
Bro, don't do your hands like that. Don't do your hands like that, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. Cause I wasn't gonna do all that. He did that. There you go. See, she say that's that sauce.
Hey, I didn't know.
Don't do that.
Hey.
Cause I wasn't gonna do that. I wasn't gonna do what she just did.
Yeah.
Y'all funny. Y'all.
I wasn't gonna do that.
So, man, big boy, I got a question for you. Cause you just posed the whole scenario.
Mm-hmm.
I know you. So
You should have led with that.
But
You
hey,
was trying to feel you should have led with that.
because I don't want to just give it out because
You should have led with it.
Because I'm gonna just give it away.
Okay.
I don't want to give it away.
Okay.
I don't want to give it away. You can't give it away. Sometimes you gotta let them find it.
Okay.
Like an Easter egg.
Okay. So
No, but I want you to explain about a time when you were depressed and what happened, what were your symptoms, and how did you get past it?
man, we ain't even 15 minutes in the show. You
Hey,
want me to go that deep?
Hey, man,
Well,
that's what it is.
You give your moment and then I'll follow with mine.
Yeah.
As a female. And I
Yeah.
promise you there's some women out here that can relate.
Exactly.
Hold on, repeat that again. What you want me to do again?
When you name a time when you were depressed
Yeah.
and what are some of the things that you did during depression that fell under that, as
Man.
signs of depression for you? Because everybody's signs is different.
Exactly.
Yeah, they are. Man, it was a time I was depressed. Man, I didn't even know I was depressed.
Right.
We talked about this earlier before we did the show. We just on the phone talking. Sometimes you be depressed and you don't even know it. And Denitra, you said it too. And me, I didn't really realize I was depressed. So I looked in the mirror. I didn't recognize who I was looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, this ain't you. And for the longest, man, I was trying to act like somebody I wasn't, trying to people please.
Mm.
And a lot of times you people please and you be depressed people pleasing
Yeah.
instead of pleasing self.
Yeah.
So I had to one day wake up and be like, hey man, you trying to do what's right for everybody else, do what's right for you.
Damn right.
And when I had that moment, I didn't even realize it until, like I said, man, I looked in the mirror and when I did that, I was like, man, when did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong? Because I didn't realize it. It just over time, it just took a I'm like, man, hold on, now you becoming a robot. Every day you're doing the same thing, but you're not getting nothing from it.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I kind of had a conversation with self. I didn't even know how to have a depression. You know, when we was younger, man, we was thought that depression was most some things that happen with women.
For women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on, hell no.
And it's
Like men were not allowed to.
You were not allowed to
Hold
be
on.
depressed.
Like, it
But
was not
depressed.
normalized. Like,
Men,
it wasn't
depressed, and I said this. I was having a conversation with somebody earlier, and I was like, since the beginning of time, women was okay with having and showing emotion, and men wasn't. Since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
So when you do that, men that deal with depression, if you admit your depression, you deem to be soft in today's world.
Right.
Yeah.
So in holding in what you really battling, that's creating depression.
Mm-hmm.
Because you need to let out what's really hurting you and bothering you.
So let
But
me
some
ask
people, I know what you're finna say.
No, I'm just gonna
Because I know what you're finna say.
Go ahead then. Go ahead.
Because I know what you're finna say.
Go ahead.
If I know you like you know me. What a lot of men I know for a fact, it's a lot of hurt men out here.
It is.
And they hurt because
hurt and broken.
if broken, depressed, outlet, and it's because if they speak their truth based on what happened to them, they're more concerned about how they're gonna be viewed as men after
the
that.
fact.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So instead of them admitting that broke me, she broke me, that situation broke me.
Yeah.
Let me act stiff and hard, and all I'm doing is just building up. And then by the time it do come out, it come out in things that people get what should have been got to them. I mean, I'm gonna go off on somebody that ain't got no business going off on.
Yeah.
It may happen to my kids.
Yeah.
It's so many other people that's not even meant for them. So for me, that moment when I seen that and realized that, I had to have a conversation with self. I had to have an uncomfortable conversation with self.
Right.
And even in having an uncomfortable conversation, I was like, God damn, bro, you really think you ready to handle that? Because I didn't even know how. I'm like, bro, admit it. I didn't want to admit I was depressed. And me and you talk like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, and you said it, I think. I got mad at you.
Yeah, you did.
I'm like, man,
Yeah.
hold on, bro. I'm not
Yeah.
depressed. I don't get depressed.
Yeah.
And I had to accept that, bro, you depressed because look at what you're not doing.
Exactly.
Not look at what you are doing, look at what you're not doing. And I actually found somebody that I can admit that I was depressed to. Because at first, I ain't finna go around here telling all my partners I'm depressed because they're going to look at me like I'm weak.
And you
that's
cried.
lame.
You cried.
And I cried.
You
I
cried.
But
And
you
I
said
laughed
that.
at you.
But you said, hey, look. Y'all see how you tried to point that out? You try to make that a point? We ain't get no laughing emojis right now. So don't do that.
Hey,
So don't do that.
Hey,
So don't do
Hey,
that.
but I love you, bro. I love you. That's what it is. Hey, but when he cried, it was an ugly cry. He was
So
like,
first of all, I don't even cry.
he was snot. I was like, oh my God.
I don't even do that.
I was like, get your big ass off me. He was crying.
Okay, so Mr. Nietzsche, same question to you, bro. Same question to you.
Well, I can say this. For me, depression has come for me several times. You know, some of y'all know, you know, or don't know. I've dealt with breast cancer 3 times, so kudos to me. I'm a 3-time survivor. So, depression for me hit hard. Not the first go round, not the second go round, but the third go round. And, you know, that was a moment for me where I really psyched myself out because, you know, I'm like, oh, I got this. You know, I'm gonna push through. And I was looking real good on Facebook. Y'all seen all my little cute little breast cancer pictures. I looked real good, but I'm telling y'all, I was toe up. I was really, really, really messed up. And I think I did my first speaking engagement, not last October, October 4. And one of the things that brought me out of depression, real talk, was the Pecan Grove Hurricanes. Like, no joke. No joke. Like, I was in a rough place before I signed TJ up for Pecan Grove Hurricanes. And the love and the family that we have with that organization is so solid. That was my turning point for me in that depression. But a lot of the signs that were obvious to the people who knew me and who were close enough to, you know, figure it out was, prime example, what my girl Miss Perry said, isolation, separation.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go nowhere. I didn't want to do nothing. I mean, I'm already kind of a homebody, but that was like, no, I ain't going nowhere. I don't want to do nothing. Nada. In other times of depression, ladies, I know you can relate to this because I've had a few friends who've had this discussion. Look good, thriving at work, killing it at brunch, happy hour, all of that. But walking through your front door, it was as simple as not wanting to wash dishes, and it builds up. Not wanting to do laundry, and it builds up. And that brief moment where you do go, when you do go somewhere, you don't go wash clothes. It's easier to go buy something new because now that made me feel better in my moment of depression. And I promise you, there's a reason why I have 9 trash bags worth of clothes to give away today. I was in that moment, shopping, buying, spending money like I was out here slanging. like I had just liquid assets, you know, just rolling in, you know. And so that was my cure, or at least what I thought was a cure for depression. And when I looked up one day to actually say, okay, no more, because now, y'all know I'm only 5 foot, but now I'm in my room standing like I'm 5'5" because that's how many clothes had accumulated. It was like an island around my bed. That was my depression. So depression doesn't always look like drugs, drinking, don't look good, and things like that. So I know women who go through that phase, especially whether they're single or not. They deal with it in their marriage, and their husband just kick through, or they may have a husband that don't give a damn either. She got a pile, let me make one too.
True.
Because typically she's the one who handles laundry. She's the one who keeps the house together. He's like, she ain't doing, I ain't doing it either. And then now he's out of the house because now the house is a depression for everybody because it look a mess. So I went through that phase. That was my number one sign of depression for me: the shopping and just not really having the energy or the desire to even want to keep the house clean. For those of y'all that have, you know, seen my home, I don't have a lavish house, but I take pride in my home. Y'all seen
spotless.
it. So, you know, for that part of me to show up, that I knew that was my sign for depression. So I know a lot of women can relate to that. So
Okay, well let me read these comments.
There's a bunch of them coming in.
Wow. Miss Kenya Burfict, she said, who will be the spokesperson for therapy in the African American community? Because we damn sure need one.
Absolutely.
We need one for real. Miss Cheryl Lynn, she said, yes, you're in tune with your spouse, but unfortunately, you may not know what's going on in their headspace at any given time. Just be open to helping any way you can. Okay. Miss Steptoe. Miss What's going on, Miss Keisha? She said that this is a good show for the community. Absolutely right. Miss Perry, the one classic sign, like you just said, is separation. Okay. Ricky Simon, what's going on, brother?
What's up, Rick?
He said, good evening, brothers and sis. Yeah, Miss Kim. She said, how can a friend help a good friend out of that depression when they have been in that state for a few years now? You know, I'm going to slow down on the comments and try to, what I think is you got to talk to somebody, because a lot of times your friends can only tell you what they've been through.
True.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with sitting down with a therapist. Ain't nothing wrong. I've done it because I'm slow.
Yeah.
Hey, because some of the stuff that go on in my head, I'm like, am I tripping? Like,
Yeah.
Like, why would I think that?
Right.
And ain't nothing wrong with it. And a lot of times it's free. It's free, and most of the times your job has certain programs for you, because they don't want you to come in there and shoot up every goddamn thing.
Yeah.
They don't want you to sell. And you can tell them.
HR.
Yeah.
Let's get you signed up.
Hey, you can take time off. Hey, man. Yeah. It's stuff out there to help you, and that's just
man. You know what? I think Sherilyn said it, and to piggyback on what you're saying, what if a person come to you? What if you see a person is depressed, and you don't know how to help them, but they come to you,
right?
For whatever reason, they see that you probably, because one thing I always tell people, man, we don't know how people view us and see us.
Right.
They probably see you as somebody that can handle it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if they deem you, because they looking at your life like, man, I seen him or her get knocked down, they kept getting up, so I deem them to be strong. You just get up and do what you got to do, not knowing that she's looking or he's looking at how you live your life, and they come at you with this depression situation, and they're like, hey, man, I don't know what to do right now, but for whatever reason maybe I seen you.
Yeah.
At that moment, whether it's a friend or family member, do you admit you don't know?
Yeah.
Of course.
But in admitting, what if they like, man, you the last person I went to counseling.
Yeah.
I did everything else. But for whatever reason, because counseling ain't for everybody.
It's not.
I will
I'm
tell
just
you
being honest. It ain't for everybody.
That's when you have to become a part of the journey. I know you went to counseling, but you went to counseling without me. So now we go. Sometimes people, we like to be independent.
Right.
We like to think we, can do this thing by ourselves. And so when a person is that vulnerable and that transparent to come to that chosen one to say, hey, you need to be my it person.
Right.
Then you got to be that it person on the journey. Hey, I don't have all the answers. Yeah, this is what I did, but me and your personalities are not the same.
Exactly.
Like you said, I can pull myself up by the bootstraps and tread this thing. You, on the other hand, are not there.
Right.
But wherever you are, I'm going to be there with you. So let's do it together. How about I'll be your person anytime you have a therapy session or when my time allows. You just have to be available.
Right.
And as a friend, not a Facebook friend.
Exactly.
Not an associate.
Yes.
A friend. Because see, we like to throw that word around like a little too loose.
Yeah.
And, I have a lot of associates.
I ain't got too many friends.
Hence the reason some of y'all don't make my invites. So, that's real.
Let's be honest.
And that's not to say I don't like you,
Yeah.
but everybody doesn't get to come into my space.
Right.
For that reason. Everyone that I have in my space is somebody I know I can call at 2 in the afternoon, 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm going through it. I need you. Can I come over? Look, tell your husband we ain't going nowhere. I'm just going to hit your front porch real quick and just cry a little bit. You need someone in your life that's going to go through the journey with you, not just talk you through it.
Let me put this spin on it.
Everybody, can I finish?
Hold on, because Denisha just sparked something.
Yes, she did.
What if this person is not? What if you are a God-fearing man or woman, and this person is not big in their beliefs like that?
That ain't got nothing to do.
Well, I'm just throwing this situation out there, and you tell them pray.
Okay.
They like, man, that ain't my life.
Okay.
If you know,
But if that's your hold on, let me explain it.
Okay.
Because you got some people, man, when they depressed, they'll try anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will. They desperate at that moment.
Right.
So if your thing is pray and they like, I don't know how, but I don't really see how that'll help me right now. Because a lot of times when people depressed, God is an afterthought. God ain't the first thing that come in
Yeah.
people's mind.
Right.
Yeah.
When people
Because
depressed.
people need right now.
Yeah, they
solutions.
need right now. But if your
Right now.
thing is
Yeah.
pray and they like, man, I don't need man. I literally got some friends of mine and they probably on this live right now. They was like, I don't want to hear God right now.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you
Some
something.
people be in that space so they don't want to hear God, bro. How would you say you don't want to hear God?
Made it because of who? Praying mothers, praying grandmothers,
Yep.
praying aunties, praying uncles, praying grandparents. Not because you got on your knees and prayed, because there was some times in your life when you was doing some things that you needed to be.
Yeah.
You needed to be prayed out that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you was set in your ways, like I'm doing good. You know, think about it. The dope dealer that made it. That whole time he was selling dope, Grant was praying like, look, I'm gonna keep giving this bail money, but I'm praying for him.
Right.
He ain't stopped and went to church. He ain't stopped and prayed. He has made it because somebody was praying for them.
Yep.
So you pray for them. You figure it out for them in the prayer instinct of things. So, you know, you
I just want to throw that out there and see how y'all feel. But you
Yeah.
cheesing real heavy.
No,
Come on, this, man.
hey, no.
You cheesing.
I'm
real-
just
Why you
saying.
ain't cheese this much
Hey,
in a year.
that's-
you ain't
that's-
cheese this much in a year, man.
Hey, that's a mama. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That's the soft.
You telling me that like I don't know shit.
I'm
Mom.
just saying.
Man,
Hey,
come
I'm just
on,
saying.
man.
I need somebody to pray for TJ.
That's
Oh yeah, we out here, yeah. Oh yeah, we gonna pray. Cause he just took a 1 minute shower. Hey man, he ain't that big.
I don't think it was
He ain't
one.
that big, but hey, they're nasty. Hey, you can't hit all the hot spots in a minute.
I think it 30 seconds. And then
Yeah.
the kids ain't even here.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey man, Miss Carisi, the real Dickerson Pickney. All right, she done put a whole. She got a whole name in the whole name.
Whole
Okay.
name. and a Whole name.
Yeah, Miss Pickney. She said, "Speak on it because I've been speaking on people pleasing, and are the most broken people." Absolutely right.
True.
Absolutely, Miss Kim. She said he got his tissue ready. Leave him alone, Terrell.
Hey man, who said that?
Yeah, Miss Kim, because she know your fat ass is about to.
Man, this is for my drink, man.
Yeah.
That's why this tissue right here for
Yeah.
my drink, man.
Yeah. Hey, little brother, Carl, what's up with it? He said, I believe lifestyle changes could be a help for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
Miss Kenya, she said, as women, we have to reprogram our minds to be soft and gentle. Soft answer turns away wrath. I'm just learning that in my 40s. Okay. She said, soft answer turns away wrath.
It do. It's the matter in which you give an answer.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that went over my head. I'm
Yeah,
glad
it
y'all.
did.
I like that.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Yeah.
that.
That's why.
That's why we here.
Yeah.
That's why we here. Yeah, yeah. Denisha just gonna let me fall. She just letting me fall. Yeah.
I'm just a guest.
Yeah, whatever. I know where you live. I know all your kids. I know everything. I know you man. You family, goddammit. I don't hear that. Miss Perry, she said, first step to healing is acceptance. Exactly.
True.
Hey, Miss Sam, Miss Harold, she said, I surely can relate. Yeah. Little brother, he said, you can't fear what's holding you back. It's a life lesson for growth to discipline you for the next battle.
Come on.
Boy!
You better.
Okay, little hoe.
What's his last name?
Little hoe.
Yeah.
Ain't got nothing to do with your father's house.
Yeah, that's little bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a lawyer, baby.
Hey, Miss Loretta, she said, that's good. And Lisa Parker said, good answer, Denitra. Miss Cheryl Lynn, she said, being available, that's good. Mr. Redmond, Ronald Redmond, ain't that your CEO, bro?
Nah, that's my other partner from college.
Okay, he said, we have to have a solid object to help us during times that only that solid object can help us through. Okay. Now, you know, let me finish. I thought that was it.
You can save some.
Yeah.
We can come back. Just
Now, let me
I'm gonna
get
help
them
you
out the
remember
way.
where you
Yeah,
are.
let me get them
I'll
out
help
the
you
way.
remember where you
Yeah,
are.
because, man,
Lord,
I got you.
because the last show, I didn't even see the damn comments, and I felt real bad. I was
Okay.
like, man,
Help
I ain't
them,
see the
Lord.
I'm gonna
damn-
help you remember. We're gonna start pick back up at Angela.
Yeah, you know what?
Yes, friend.
And then you know what else? And to piggyback off this, how men can't be soft on the last show, and you was trying to get on me too. I didn't cry. My voice cracked.
Hold on, the fact that you keep
It did
addressing
not
that.
crack. It trembled.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
Video
difference. It's
is
a
on
difference.
Two Men with an Opinion.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you guys are welcome to go back and watch
Okay.
for yourself.
Yeah. Go watch the replay.
Go watch the
Okay,
replay.
watch
but
the
then
replay.
you know,
And share it.
Yeah.
and I didn't even see the comments. Hey, my wife was talking. Oh, you crying? She was like talking bad to me.
She did.
And you know,
Because you need to toughen up.
I do.
Yeah.
But you
But I'll
know,
let you make it because
Right.
there's a conversation about the kids.
yeah.
And you know, we talk
Yeah.
about our
And
baby.
you
Exactly.
touch a moment.
And you know,
Okay.
stuff like that. Just like Big Bo was saying, that's what we can't be soft. You know, it's hard for this is my wife. She was talking down on me. Now I know she
Yeah,
she
playing.
she
Playing.
played.
Right,
That's how
right,
because
right.
I'm not a soft guy.
Right.
But you know, but stuff like that. If I was Big Boy, oh Lord Jesus, oh Jesus,
What you mean?
Oh, I broke.
What you mean?
Oh, I broke down.
What you mean?
Oh Lord, she
First of all,
cried. She laughing at me.
If
Lord.
y'all ain't noticed, on every show we've had, who shed the most tears on this show? It ain't been me. It ain't been me. And I'm gonna be sour.
Me.
Oh, man, I ain't shed the most tears on here.
This is the thing. So let me just let y'all in on something. We play like we want a thug,
Yeah.
but we really need a man to be vulnerable at some point.
Right.
Now, if
I
you
was
have-
finna go there.
You know,
I was finna
at
go
some
there.
point we do need a man to be vulnerable. We do need him to be
You don't
willing
like
to
it.
open up and
You don't
say,
He don't like
I don't care.
Yeah,
They
no,
don't
no.
like that.
need-
Hey, that's me.
we do need the man to be able to say,
Right.
yes, something is wrong with me. And if he can't say it, be transparent and vulnerable enough to accept the fact that your wife has identified.
Man, look,
Right.
listen, Denitra, listen.
I got my ears.
She's speaking my language, man. I've been trying to tell y'all this for years, man. And when I speak like this here, the laughing emojis come from him. The soft emojis that Facebook don't even have come from him.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
man, look, I'm gonna get serious. Come close. Let me get serious. When you deal with somebody, man, and you trying to build with somebody, it's important that a man needs to know that he can still be a man after being vulnerable
Right.
as a man to his wife,
Right.
or to his significant other. She has to make him feel comfortable enough to be okay, because man, we deal with a lot when we wake up and go out here in this earth, in this world, and do what we do. My woman, I need to be comfortable being vulnerable to her, and I have to be. She has to understand, and some women don't. And everybody wasn't taught that.
Everyone was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing that you was taught growing up. That's something that you have to learn and have to be open, because when this man is saying some of the stuff he's saying, he's actually asking for help. Some men don't even know how to say, I don't know, I need help.
Yeah.
You have to be able to have that connection with your mate to where, you know what, babe, you've been real cranky lately. It's something ain't right. You have to be so in tune with your mate to where when he giving and he's snapping a certain kind of way, hold on, baby. Don't do it in front of the kids. Don't do it in front of nobody else. That's a moment in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Right.
And y'all have a conversation. Babe, I've been noticing X, Y, Z. Now, the man, he has to be open to the help. Allow her to be what she was created to be,
Yeah.
which is my helpmate.
Right.
And a lot of women deem that to be weak because of social media, what's being portrayed. I don't want no weak, soft man. You don't want no man that's hard all the time, because it's going to be a moment you're going to want him to be weak for what you got going on.
Right.
But so if you want him to be this hard all day, every day, it don't require that, bro.
Right.
It don't
We
require that.
often, as women, say we need a sense of security from him.
Mhm.
We want to feel safe.
Right.
And I even had to learn that there comes a time when we really got to make them feel safe. Can I walk through this door and really lay it all out? Like, babe, I don't even know what to do. Can he come to you and say, I don't know what to do?
Yeah.
I'm tripping. I'm falling apart.
Hmm.
I'm not really on it, you know, like I normally am in my job. You know, if it was surreal, hey, I ain't closing like I normally do. You
Right.
know,
Mhm.
you know, I'm missing certain things in the paperwork that's having it to be sent back. My customers ain't believing in me. My clients, you know,
Right.
ready to bake. You know, so we want so much security as women. You know, y'all, it's real talk. We got a long list.
Yes.
We got a long list.
Let me get with a
Yeah.
Yeah, long list.
Yeah.
We do,
Yeah.
and sometimes that list is at our own fault, and we're gonna list ourselves out of a man. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Say that.
Hold on.
Past that.
Oh,
Past that.
That's collection plate word.
Yeah. Hey.
Put some money in the collection
Yeah,
plate.
hey.
Yeah, put that in there. Yeah, we need that.
Pastor.
Say that
Yeah,
again.
I don't think you got no time. Yeah, man.
List
We gonna
yourself
list ourselves
out of a
out.
man?
Man, that's wow.
Yeah.
Hey, never heard that before. That's good. That's
No,
good.
like I'm for real. I mean, I got some crazy must-haves, but my list has gotten real short in my mature age.
Right.
I don't require as much, and this is gonna be a little bit off topic, but it's gonna tie in with women and their depression.
Okay, come
a lot of times women feel like the man needs to complete them. You got to come to the table complete, because you got to know how to live when he fall apart.
Exactly.
Because if he's what completes you, the minute he ain't on point, you're not on point.
Yep.
So now can't nobody help nobody.
Big boy, we done talked about this.
Ain't nobody help
Denisha wasn't
nobody.
even there.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so-
Wow.
And so when you hit that moment of depression, you have to be able to have that in your mate to say, man, help me figure this out. How did I get here?
Right.
Because you got to know how you got there
Right.
to not go back
Right.
or to come out of it. Sometimes when I've hit depression, it was because of that list. Well, I ain't got this.
Right.
I'm worthy of this. I should be able to have this. Well, why I can't find a man to do that and do this and do that?
Wow.
Depression sometimes is self-inflicted.
Oh my
Self-inflicted.
God.
Self-inflicted.
And I can say that based on my experience. I can say that based on the friends that I've had conversations with. I can say that because I'm now on the outside looking in at me and so many of the women that, I socialize with. I've actually had to pull a friend to the side at an event, and she was in the bathroom crying, and I told her, hey, I recognize it. I used to be that lady. I used to be that girl.
Wow.
Showing up looking good, and then you get caught up looking at everybody else's stuff that looks so good and well put together.
Yeah.
We can put some stuff together real good.
Mhm.
Facebook has proven that.
Yes.
That we can make stuff look really, really
So
good.
fake. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So fake.
And, and for those of y'all that know me, I don't fake nothing.
Nothing.
I either got my shit together or I don't.
Yeah.
You may not get the details, but I will tell you, nope, I ain't balling. Yep, I'm going to work. Yep, I run this business. Nope, it's not where I want it to be, but it looks good. Whatever. You just have to, it's accountability.
Yeah.
How did I get here? And if I'm the reason why I'm depressed, now I really need help. Because I put myself here, and now I don't know how to get out of it. And that's where a helpmate comes in. That's where a friend comes in, a true friend.
Right.
So,
Right.
Preach.
but yeah, don't list yourself out of a
Preach.
man.
What we got,
List
big boy? What
yourself
we
out
got?
of a man. Let me
Big boy,
read
you
these
on that,
comments.
huh?
I'm like,
I'ma
man,
hashtag
yeah.
that. Hashtag that.
Yeah. List
Yeah.
yourself out of a man.
That's good.
Hey, I wanted to get up and dance, but I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. I might fart while I'm dancing, throw the whole mood off. I don't want no trouble. Hey, Miss Perry, she said, and don't give the "if it were me" advice.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes support is just sitting in a room looking at each other. If that's the type of support someone needs, okay. Miss J.K. said, you pray for them, ask God for healing over their life, and bring them into the acknowledgement. Okay. Miss Lisa Parker, as a friend, you pray for them. Miss Loretta, she said, preach now with the, I guess she's not dark skinned, I guess she's light skinned, got the light skinned hands.
What that got to do with the
I'm just
comment?
saying, it's the comment. I'm reading the comment.
The comment is light skin?
Yeah, light skinned hands. Yeah.
Man, stop.
Speaking of light skin, what's going on, Miss Sam? She said, Miss Sam said,
Yeah.
Miss Sam said, a lot of times people will look at your life from the outside and think that you have it all together because you don't show it.
True.
But little do they know, many of the times you fighting your own battles.
Yeah.
So true. Suge, what's going on? She said, pray for them if they don't want to. Ask God to strengthen them where they're weak and cover their minds and hearts. Okay, Miss J.K., she said, that's very true. Little brother, he said, putting the truth on hold can do you bad too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Sharika, she got a lot to say. All right, Miss Sharika.
You got it? Or you
Yeah.
need it?
Yeah, I got it.
You got
You
it?
want to read it? Well,
Yeah.
well
Yeah.
go ahead then.
Oh, okay.
Because, I don't like reading out loud. Hey,
Okay.
hey, when they ask me to read, I got to pee. Let me go to the restroom.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Sharika said, when my mother passed away in 2008, I was numb to everything. I was still going through the motions, continued to work, but I overworked myself to keep my mind off of it. I did not grieve until 10 years later. 2018 is when I actually felt the emotion. It hit me all at once. It was a terrible experience. Reality did set in. I got in a depressed state. I almost lost my job to it. I would just stay in my dark room and cry all day. I even stopped praying because I felt like God didn't care. And if he did, he wouldn't have took her from me. That was how I thought at the time. I had a friend who helped me through. I did not even have to say a word. They already knew what I was going through. slowly I got out of that depressed state. My relationship with God is so much better now. Come on now.
Wow.
Come on.
That's awesome.
And that's a prime example of you don't have the right to tell people how long to grieve.
Right.
You don't get to tell me it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You don't get to tell nobody, oh, it's been 5 years.
Wow.
You know, some people, you know, I don't recall when my grandmother passed away, but my mom often talks about it. You know, she was like, thank God for my sister and brother. They were taught at an early age how to cook and clean because my mom didn't come out the room and they were only like 12, maybe 13 at that time.
Wow.
So I was a baby. And it took her a long time to really just really exhale. Like, okay, she gone.
And you know, I've been in relationships where my girlfriend was grieving and everything, and me being young me, like, you still tripping? Like, I know, right?
Get him.
I know. Like,
Get him.
damn, it's been like a month.
Yeah.
I think her dog died. Like, that's a dog. But still.
Now today, you know,
Yeah,
dogs be in the family.
Yeah,
they got their alcohol too.
I didn't know dogs get their medication. For real, you playing?
No, I know.
Hey,
tell me.
Your dog got insurance.
He had insurance. Or she had. I'm sorry. Look, I forgot about it.
No, look like he got a transgender dog. He got an alphabet dog.
Transgender dog.
And that's no offense to anyone who has a chosen lifestyle.
Right.
We gonna work on Terrell.
But yeah, you know what? I didn't even think about that. And then when I got older, it popped up because I had a situation with my wife, and I'm like, I was just gonna do it again. You still? Because you know, we got 6 kids.
Yeah.
We had a miscarriage, and I was trying to be the strong husband.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when we lost the baby, it was like maybe 2 or 3 months, and I noticed stuff wasn't going right.
He was ready to make another.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry. But because my body didn't change.
Yeah, she
You know what I'm saying?
She was ready.
You still on it. You like,
Right. Okay, we lost him. Let's
Oh my God.
You know what's crazy? I even tell my son when he doing stupid, like, man, I should have shot you in the toilet. Let me go, you know. But you know,
Wow, come on, man.
hey, but you know,
Tell him that. You should have shot him in the toilet.
all the time.
You know what? They got the right daddy. They gonna be all right. They gonna be all right.
Yeah.
You should have shot him in the toilet, man.
But you know, man, dealing with that, you know, and helping my wife through it, I really didn't know how much it affected me.
Yeah.
And I was just so focused on getting her right and making her, you know, building her back up. And once she got right, I was drained because at first I'm like, you know, ain't that big of a deal or whatever.
Like, okay.
Because of,
boom. Yeah.
But then when we was talking, it's like she gave me her feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, damn, that
when
was
you
a
help
whole
somebody
person.
through depression, you really have to see it from their point of view.
Right.
You really have to, for real, step into their shoes.
Yes.
Take self out of self and put yourself into that person.
Because you may have never, like you said, I ain't never experienced it, I ain't gonna experience it.
Right.
So how am I gonna know? You know what I mean? Like you said, in your mind, you should be over it by now. One thing my mom told me one time, and this is, I can apply this to helping people or feeling like when people should be over something.
Right.
You know, if I stump my toe, I walk on. And she stumped her toe when she fall to the floor and roll and swear to God it's broke and need to cry and you know and elevate that thing for a week. Who am I to tell it didn't hurt?
Exactly.
Right.
My mom told me the same thing.
You don't get to tell me, you know, I don't hurt. You don't get to tell me that it's enough time.
Right.
You know, you don't know what I went through mentally. You
Exactly.
know, people lose loved ones and go back to work the next day.
Yep.
I don't know what that person meant to you. You know, so which is why I hate FMLA. Because they feel like all you need is a week.
Yeah.
That's mind blowing to me.
But what I would say,
and I get it, it's a business or whatever, it has to run, but I think it's silly.
Yeah.
I think, Big Boy, we talked about this here a while back, man. Depression don't look like it used to look.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Not depression don't look like how it used to look 10, 15 years ago. It's hidden. Denitra hit it on it when she was talking about shopping. Some people covered up with tattoos, drinking, smoking, hanging out, clubbing all the time, not taking care of your body like you normally. Like, depression don't look like it used to look. And if you don't have an eye for it and you don't see it and catch it, you could be laying next to somebody every day,
And
not even
yeah,
knowing
don't
they're
even
depressed,
see
and don't
it.
even see
Yep.
it. And if y'all don't have that kind of relationship, and y'all don't have that kind, if y'all ain't connected like that, you'll wake up one day and your mate be doing then spazzed out so much, and your question,
You
when,
lost.
Yeah.
how,
Yeah.
what happened?
Right.
The sign's been there, but
Yeah.
life happens.
That's how suicide.
Yeah.
You're thinking you're a great, parent. If you had a kid that you lost due to suicide or a sibling
Right.
or anything, you like, we had family day every Sunday. We ate dinner every night together.
Yep.
I asked them, how was your day?
Mhm.
And so as parents or even as, friends, you play it back in your mind. Where did I miss the mark?
Yep.
Yeah.
And people just wear that facade so well.
Good, because
Yeah.
they done got so accustomed to wearing
hiding it.
to hide it,
Yeah.
so they done perfected it, and we not thinking it because we got our own.
Yeah.
Like how what if you in the house and both of y'all depressed, and neither one of y'all know to see it, but y'all both depressed, like literally husband and wife depressed, and you got kids, and
Right.
he or she depressed. She in her room isolated, he in the front room isolated.
Yeah.
The mom
ain't nobody coming together.
Ain't nobody,
Right.
but so the whole house is depressed,
The whole
and
house.
don't nobody even notice it because it's like, oh, all right, that's what you doing. Oh, all right, that's what I'm gonna do.
Right.
And it's like, okay, that's my defense mechanism. I'm on social media. You doing this here, you doing this
Yeah.
here, and then you come into the table eating dinner, ain't hardly nothing said, and the phone come to the table. too.
Yeah.
That's the sign of depression. If y'all ain't having no conversation, ain't no how was your day,
You might
how's
as
this,
well
how's
take the
that.
room.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of
Back to
people
the
do
game.
now. Fix the food, everybody go to their separate rooms and they eat. A lot of people don't sit as family and talk about what was going on. And I think a lot of people sometimes say something for what? Why? You ain't gonna when people are depressed, that's what goes in a lot of people's mind. Why am I gonna say
I'm
something?
Right.
Because you ain't
All we do is
gonna
argue.
Yeah.
You
You ain't
do
gonna
this.
understand.
You ain't gonna
Right.
do this. Or you ain't gonna
You
do
know what?
that.
The last person I said something to did me
This is
this.
how it pops off. Yeah.
So a lot of time when people depressed, that what goes in a lot of people's minds. Say something for what? When the last person they said you can trust me. Come on, man. You can only trust so many people so many times with what you battling, bro.
Right.
You can't just trust any and everybody because when you first admit that you depressed, it took a lot to admit that you depressed.
Right.
Yeah.
And once you admit it,
It's
to
out there.
Man, come on, man. Then don't let nobody that you admit you depressed to use your depression against you.
Oh.
When y'all fall on bad
That's
terms.
them fake friends.
Come on,
When you
man.
was down,
Yeah.
when you was over there looking pitiful.
Yeah.
When your house was nasty,
Ooh.
you're like,
Or
what?
telling everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's the most vulnerable state for anybody.
Yeah.
Male or female. When I finally come to you to admit something that took me a long time to admit, and then because we have a
drag me.
misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Right.
We got a misunderstanding, a simple misunderstanding, but you take me in my lowest moment and take that and
Put
you
it out
drag
there.
me and you make me feel weaker than what I already felt before I said something to you.
Them fighting
So that's another level of depression
Yeah.
that people go through.
Depressed ass little
Everybody, so I wasn't whooped, I was depressed. You just get it.
And I think that's why you have a lot of I see it a lot, man. I think that's why you have a lot of hurt people hurting people.
Yeah.
A
most
lot of
definitely.
hurt people are hurt people because they trusted the wrong
The
people with their
wrong
hurt.
person.
Can you handle my hurt? Like you can handle everything else, but if we talking relationship
Am I
wise,
safe with you?
Can I-
It goes
yeah.
back to that safe.
Yeah.
And are we safe? Me and my problems. Are we safe with you?
Right.
And is it not going to go anywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read this online before I came, so I want to make sure I squeeze it in before we.
No,
Squeeze it in.
Okay.
Squeeze it in.
So, one thing that social media has done lately, and everybody sees it, let's normalize this, self-care this, black women this, or women this, da-da-da-da. I think on the flip side of that, social media has made women so powerful,
Wow.
so independent,
Mm-hmm.
so amazing, which we are, which indeed we are, that we have become just as tough as men to where we don't even know how to be depressed no more or recognize our own depression because, oh no, I'm getting this bad.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing to stop me.
yeah,
yeah.
Boss be this,
Yeah.
boss babe, black
Yeah.
girl magic. And
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
But it's only magical when you can dig deep and say, hey, you know what? I'm a unicorn. I got problems. I'm a little abnormal. I'm perfect in my imperfections, but they need to be addressed.
Right.
A lot of us are toting baggage, thinking we got the bag. You got the bag.
Yeah.
but it ain't full of money. It's
Exactly.
full of problems.
Yep.
And you look good. Like many of the comments on the deal has saying, we make it look so good
Right.
that we forget we got real problems. And then when the shit fall apart, everybody's like, "Ooh, girl, you seen
Yeah.
such and such?"
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying. I knew she ain't have all that stuff together.
Waiting
Why
on you to
do
fall.
it?
Man, waiting on you to fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waiting on you to fall apart.
Mhm.
And all along, you fooling yourself because Facebook done told you got your shit together. Your likes got you believing you really on top of your world.
This these right here.
Yeah, the thumbs up really got you,
Yeah, so
killing it.
Yeah.
The praise
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah,
Or that little
Yeah.
fire. Ooh, girl,
Yeah.
you on
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. You standing in it.
Mhm.
You standing on fire. Looking good though. Like mama say, you look good, but you a mess.
Well, let me ask y'all both this shit, man. I'm gonna
Hey, we need to read these comments.
Read them then. Read them
Yeah,
then. I didn't know.
yeah,
I don't have a phone to
yeah.
read nothing.
You the
Got to
comment
be
guy.
more careful, man.
You read them then. Why we stop
Can
there?
I read the comment?
Yeah.
We'll get
The people want to comment.
Well,
Can I read the
get your
comment?
read
Get
on,
the
man.
people what they want.
Give them what they want, man.
Hey, you know what? Damn that. Denise, you read the comments and you got the
Cause
degree
she-
and she read them all.
Yeah.
I think she messed up
Hey,
one.
y'all see how he passed it to her?
Yeah.
I caught that. I
Yeah.
caught that.
Oh, well,
yeah.
I done hopped off the live.
Okay, we are okay.
Oh, wait, here I am. Okay. What was the last one? we was talking
Sharika.
about?
Sharika.
Depression.
Oh.
She dropped the 16. She dropped the 16.
Yeah, no, it was right
Yeah.
after that one. Yeah, she said.
That's very true. Okay, put the truth on hold. Okay, we already went there.
Mhm.
Boom. Okay, depression is so real and it should not be taken lightly.
Right.
And Loretta commented saying, "At all, absolutely not at all. It should not be overlooked or dismissed." And a lot of times we'll do, "Oh, ain't nothing wrong with you." No, it is something wrong with you.
Yeah.
I just told you.
I messed up.
Right.
Yeah.
Shanika also commented and said, and that's why you pray with your husband and wife and be able to pray with each other through the storms. Be his or her peace and let God lead the way. Pray for one another through the good and the bad. Communication and prayer is the key. Pray for each other in the good times and the bad.
Okay.
Angela said that was on point, friend. Loretta, exactly. Come on, whole table.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the whole table.
The whole table. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Miss Kimberly Anderson, reevaluating yourself helps a lot.
Mhm.
Man, look, self-reflection. Sometimes you
True.
you gotta
Yeah.
you gotta talk to that person in the mirror.
Yeah.
JK said, right, true friends are transparent and should be able to be okay, be vulnerable with that relationship.
True friends. Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Miss Parker, list yourself out of a man.
Huh?
Come on.
Put
Put
that on the
I said-
t-shirt.
I
Hashtag.
said-
Put it on the t-shirt. Hashtag that.
Yeah. Hey, make sure you got Denitra big old head on there. What is it? How you doing?
I'm trying not to flip this finger. I told you
Hey,
before we hit,
how you
before we
doing?
went live, I said, hold my beer.
She did say that.
Loretta put the emojis, speak. This is one of my track moms. Hey, girl.
Huh?
Yeah.
Loretta said, no, I'm dark. Oh, she dark skin. Boom. Let her switch it up. She got her hands. on
Oh,
brown
my
skin.
bad. Yeah,
You talking about the
yeah.
light hand?
Okay,
Yeah.
chocolate drop.
Huh?
We see you.
Huh?
Coach Joyner. Hey.
That's
That's why we support and let God. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Miss Edwards was shocked, honey. That
Yeah.
is a very, very good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Everyone grieves differently. You are
Mhm.
absolutely correct, Coach Joyner. Tisha said yes.
No, do it right.
Yes.
Everybody
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
that.
And when you do it, you gotta like fan your fingers. Yes.
See, I didn't know
Bring
that.
it in.
Oh, see, y'all don't do
Don't
the
do
arm
that.
like
Yeah,
that.
I told you they don't do that, man.
Oh, what is it
I
now?
told you that.
Yes.
Oh, you gotta
that,
pull
man.
it.
Yeah, you gotta pull it in like
Yeah,
that.
I
Well,
Spring
I
told
got
you.
a daughter. She be doing it. I didn't know what she was doing. I thought she was TikToking. I didn't know she was yesing me. She was yesing me.
Yeah.
I thought she
yeah.
was doing the TikTok
Yeah.
thing. I didn't know. I'm learning. I'm learning.
Coach Jordan say this is why we pay attention to each other. Let God and pray. Miss Edwards Smith, Letitia Edwards Smith, yes. But wonder when one don't communicate. How do you get through it? I'm telling you.
Question.
Now I'm gonna pause right there.
Yeah.
When you have a significant other that is not big on communication,
Yeah.
so I'm going to slowly raise my hand because I know he's watching. He created a Facebook page just to watch me. Yes. He is not a big communicator at all.
Yeah.
So this goes into that love language. You have to
He know
know.
it.
And it's okay. You just
Told
gotta
him.
know your
I told
partner.
him. I told him.
So sometimes when we talk, they be listening.
Right.
They just don't have nothing to say.
Mm-hmm.
And I know as women, we want feedback. But say something. Let me know. Hey, say what you got to say and walk out the room. That's the type of chick I am, always have been. You're going to hear me. You may not say nothing, but you're going to hear me. And if I have to revisit this conversation by myself, then I'm going to continue to revisit it by myself. But I know you're not deaf. I know you're not dumb. I know you're not crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a barrier that can either be broken or you have to adjust to it. Because remember, we don't have perfect partners.
Right.
So that's just one of those things that you have to figure out. And I know the Smith family, and yes, Mrs. Smith is very quiet. Coach Joyner, house divided, will not stand. Absolutely.
Amen.
Lisa Parker, because in the black community in the earlier years, we wasn't allowed to show or talk about depression. Absolutely
Wow, I
correct.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just don't have to, because depression was a sign of weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Especially at that time, you didn't have time to be weak.
You have time
Yeah,
to
we was too busy being black.
Yeah, we were too busy being oppressed,
Yeah.
did not have time to be
Depressed.
depressed.
Yeah.
So yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Put your trust in the Lord. Hurt people.
All
Yes.
the time, yes.
Ronald Redmond, that's a great question, Bubba. Can you handle my hurt? Absolutely. You really have to know who you are with. You know, when you have those conversations in those pre-dating stages, you know, oh, do you like me without my wig? But also, do you like me when I hurt?
Mm-hmm.
You know, can you handle my hurt?
Mm-hmm.
So that is a very good question. Put that on the list, single ladies.
Huh.
Talk about it over
Facts.
there.
That's
Facts.
a good on the list.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You gotta pull
You
it.
gotta pull it. And you gotta pop it with attitude like, yes.
See, I can't.
We don't
You
want
don't have
you
to
to
make do that. You don't have to.
I ain't got no
That's why
neck.
she here. That's why she here.
Okay.
Love me when it hurts. That's
Okay,
right.
Suge.
Yeah.
Suge
Love me when
just
it
want-
hurts. Don't
Suge
hurt
just
me.
want some love.
And love.
Mm-hmm.
Speak on it, friend.
Oh, shit.
She taking off the legs tonight. Hey, that girl, y'all see me? Carl Holmes, is this your brother for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Carl Holmes, is this Carl Holmes?
Mm-mm.
Carl Holmes, no?
No, that's because he ain't no damn body.
Yeah.
Anyway, people use others' loyalty against them to cover up their depressions. You better say it.
Yeah.
So yeah, big bro, you gotta be careful with who you open up to, and he definitely agrees.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tish say Nitra, that means I'm saying a word. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Jesus.
It's
Somebody.
real close to my friend.
Is there one? y'all rocking on these comments. Thank y'all so much for supporting us.
Hey, I got one more question to pose to him, man, before we get up out of here. And I know this is something we haven't touched on. We kind of semi-touched on it, but can depression in a relationship be a deal breaker? If you don't know,
Woo!
can it be a deal breaker? Like
That's a good
say the person that you're rocking with is depressed and he or she just don't know how to get out of their rut. They can talk to you, but they keep reverting back. They can talk to you and open up a little bit. They keep reverting back. Can the person that you with and I would say this: is the person right or wrong for saying I'm done? I can't handle it. Your depression, your level of depression.
It's not what you say; it's how you say it.
Right.
People get divorced for crazy reasons,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and depression could be one of them. I know a couple that lost a child, and the wife had a hard time coming out of it. She just couldn't accept it. And so they end up getting divorced. But it was divorce in order to support. And as crazy as it sounds, it was much needed. Because at this point, we are at each other's throats because I'm blaming you, you blaming me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And we're never ever going to get back to where we were until we learn how to deal with the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation was not you were a bad husband, not you were a bad wife. We have lost a child.
Mm-hmm.
And that's tough for any parent.
Right.
Even the sorriest parent
Mm-hmm.
don't want to bury their child.
Right.
And so that comes with delivery. That comes with, for real, transparency and true love.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you have to love enough to walk away, and you never know. It may come back.
Mm.
I love you so much. I'm willing to let you go.
Wow.
And we are taught to love me so much to never let me go.
Right.
But dynamics change. Life is real. You know, real situations will hit to where, you know, that fairy tale situation is not reality. And so,
do you think depression is a deal breaker? Can it be? And are you right?
You know what?
I understood the scenario that Ms. Demetri just painted.
it
But
can
is a
be.
person wrong if they be like, man, you know what? I understand, but your depression is depressing me.
Hey,
Exactly.
I have a,
Sometimes
I
that-
have a
sometimes
right
that
to
happens.
want what I want. That is no
Right.
different than saying, hey, because you already got kids, that's a deal breaker. That's no different than saying you smoke weed, that's a deal breaker.
Right.
If you are in a depressed state, you should not want to be in a relationship.
Thank you.
Because now you're looking for somebody to bring you out of depression and complete you with
But what if
goals
they?
and-
But what if they don't know? And it's, okay, I'm glad you said that. What if they don't know that what they're doing is depressed, and you tell them and they get offended? Man, you depressed. The stuff
Oh,
you
yeah.
doing, how
Your
you acting.
reaction has nothing to do with my action when it comes to protecting my peace.
My peace. Yes.
My peace is so important. I put myself and y'all gonna be bothered about this one. I put myself before my child on a daily basis.
I said
Daily
the same thing. Yep.
Basis.
Yeah, you have to.
Because my peace is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank period. And if it's a deal breaker for me, it's a deal breaker for me. That's that. I am selfish with a purpose. Call me what you want. I'll talk about it with God and hold my name on the books when I get there.
Right.
But
Yeah.
while I'm here, I'm going to be at peace.
Because-
and if it's a deal breaker,
Because if
Anybody
you're
wrong
not
with
at
that?
peace, how you gonna be
Yeah.
who you supposed to be with your
So
family?
you agree? You agree with
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, I always say that, but see, you know, the funny thing is, see, you say it with some pretty, and you got your nails, and
because you be
got
saying fuck them kids.
exactly, yeah, yeah. And when I say that, oh, I'm the
And I
bad
do
guy.
say that, but
I'm
I
the
say it on
bad
the
guy.
phone with my friends.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand, bro, because it's levels of depression.
It is.
Depression
It
is
is.
something,
It's
man. It's
levels
levels
and
to
it's
that, man.
phases.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And if that person is in a state to where they don't even know how to function in their everyday life,
Right.
and they really need help, and you like, hey, man, I feel you, but man, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
Get on the
You
good
don't-
foot. Let's go.
I'm gonna speak from the person that's depressed state. Man, what if I don't really just know how to get out of this state, and I come to you and I'm sincere in my I don't know, and you let me down, and you the one that I'm speaking for the depressed person right now. I'm like, man, I know, I hear what you're saying, but I'm just stuck in this rut. And then you tell me, you know what? My peace matters more than what you got going on.
Right.
How do you think that person would respond to that? Because again, you don't know how much it took for that woman or man to admit that, hey, I'm broke.
Right.
Like for a woman or a man to admit they broke, man, that's tough, bro.
Yeah,
That ain't no, well, man, you know, I'm broke money-wise, financially wise. I'm broke spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. I'm broke.
Yeah.
So by me coming to you saying I'm broke, for the person that they, out of everybody else, they deem you the one that they can admit they broke to, and in them doing that, I can't handle it. How do you think that person, after that conversation, come on, man, going forward, say it's a man or woman you didn't build with, and y'all just had y'all little situation, a moment, and that situation moment broke him or her,
Yeah.
and they come to you at their weakest moment, like, hey, man, I hear what you saying, but I'm just stuck to where this broke me. Are we wrong for saying, you know what, bro, I understand what you're saying, but man, you, like we just said earlier, who are we to tell somebody a month is enough, 2 years is enough, in your brokenness?
Yeah.
Who are we to tell a person you done been broke long enough, it's time to move around? Because if I ain't been broke like they've been broke, who am I to tell them enough is enough, let's move on? But in that, I say, you know what, my peace matters.
Yeah.
So my peace matters more than your brokenness, which ain't nothing wrong with that. That's why I posed the question, is a person wrong for saying my peace outweighs your brokenness, but you're the one that I'm supposed to come to in my brokenness?
Here's my take on that.
Mm-hmm.
My peace is going to be a priority. I'm going to help you, but now at this point I need to help you from a distance, because if you drag me down with you,
Yep.
who's going to help us?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say my peace is important, that doesn't mean I just kick you to the curb.
Right.
That doesn't mean like I'm packing my stuff, I'm out the door.
Mhm.
But understand, in this capacity, I have reached my max.
Mm-hmm.
And now I need to either pull out
Mm-hmm.
to come back to revisit, figure out what we need to do to find a common ground. I'm going to help you, but I can't be the person that you're leaning on, because now you are leaning down on me just way more
Mm-hmm.
than I can bear. Like you
Okay.
said, can I handle your hurt?
Right.
Yes, I can handle your hurt up to.
Yeah. I like that.
That's good. I like
Because
it.
you done, now what happens is your cup is empty.
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing left to give.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have drained me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey,
And that's
it
not to say I
happens.
don't love you. I'm just out of advice. I'm out
Exactly.
of options. I'm
Yeah.
out of tears. I'm out of hugs. I'm out of shoulder, because it's not helping you. And it's not insensitive.
Yep.
It's not I don't love you. It's not I don't care. I am just out. It's kind of like the ATM. You didn't put that card in.
Exactly.
And
pulling from insufficient funds, man.
funds.
Insufficient
Wow.
funds. What we got, King, before we get up out of here, man?
Man, hey, go ahead with them. Cause you got a degree and you reading out fast and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna read fast one day. When I turn 44, I'm gonna read fast.
Well, since you ain't reading, you need to remember where I left off.
Hey, you left off as Miss Webster.
Oh, give me your phone.
Yeah.
Give me this Android. All right.
Really?
Mhm.
Talk about the
That's
droid.
If you see that you're helping them, continue to help them. But if it's hindering you and taking your energy, then you may need to take a step back. Don't lose yourself in someone else's battle, especially if they're only using you for the moment. Letitia Smith says, yes, it can be. Say that, brother. You have to know what your relationship was built on. Was it
Coach.
rocks or sand? Come on, Coach Dorner.
Yeah.
Come on, Pastor.
Huh.
That's wisdom from Loretta.
Yeah, she got dark hands. Go ahead, dark
She
hands,
got
Loretta.
dark hands.
And
Dark
red
hands.
eyes.
Yeah, dark hands, Loretta. Low. Yeah.
My girl, Miss Perry, says it can be a deal breaker, but to keep it from being a deal breaker, one has to educate themselves. Absolutely. Learn to not take things personally, because depressed people behave in ways that they normally would not.
Right.
Separate fact from fiction. That's right, because sometimes it can just be a moment.
Right.
Everyone is not built for every battle, and depression is a battle. Indeed.
Wow.
Cheryl Lynn, yes, you have to be true to yourself, selfish, so you can be the best for your loved ones.
Girl, go
Come on,
ahead.
Cheryl.
Hey man, this was a good show tonight, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We appreciate all the comments, and if you have somebody that you know that's battling depression and may need to hear from a different point of view, a lot of people have a different point of views on how they deal with depression. So tag them in the comment section. Don't forget to share this on y'all page.
Absolutely.
Again, we appreciate Ms. Denitra coming in tonight.
Man.
Held it down for the women.
Yeah.
Held it down for two men with an opinion.
Yeah.
It was a good look, man. King, you got something?
And she was saying all the stuff I say, but in a cute bow.
What was your purpose of saying it, though?
I'm just saying. Because when I say it,
Well,
you
y'all
say it
go in
wrong.
the comments and please say you right, Terrell.
Yeah.
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 Hey,
Yeah.
Tell them that.
I'm having a tall day. I looked in the mirror. Hey, I was 5'9". Like what? Yeah. Hey, I was
Real quick,
5'9".
we got these last two comments that came in. The last one, we got Loretta. It's never a bad thing to explain to them, this ain't my lane. Exactly. It's nothing wrong with saying, I don't know, I'm out of it, whatever the case may be.
Yeah. Right, Lola.
Miss Webster, that goes back to hurt people. Don't get caught up in being used as a first aid kit, trying to heal someone only when they need to be healed. Know that the wisdom that you're providing is helping them and not feeding them for their reasons only. Discernment, baby, discernment. Okay.
Wow.
So,
Hey, man, y'all dropped a lot of
Hey,
gems.
y'all
today.
did
They dropped a lot of gems. today.
Man.
thank y'all so much for having me.
Thank you, man.
Um,
Damn that.
Like these guys say, remember to like, share, post, follow the page. These guys are on here weekly. And again, if you have a loved one, a friend, a family, anybody that you know that may be struggling with depression, even it's anxiety and all of that, be sure to share it. I know Angela dropped a phone number in there, but of course, be the friend that wants to help. You know, research the information, provide them with some good resources. There's lots of free help out there today. So,
And before
love
we
on
go,
your people, man. Love
Denitra,
Yes.
plug what you do. Cause
Yeah, man.
artist planning,
Yeah.
logos,
Yeah,
she
I'm glad.
No,
she
no,
a track
no,
mom.
no, no,
Okay. Oh, no, don't put that out there.
Yeah, don't put that out there.
Okay.
I
Damn that, she do logos.
No.
Logos, she do everything. She a
Yeah.
track mama. She beat her son on the weekends. Everything. Go ahead.
I am a woman that wears many hats, and I know how to do a lot of things.
Right.
But my business is D Brand Events. You guys can follow us on Instagram. We are an event planning company that caters to children's events. Every once in a while, I'll venture out and take on an adult event,
Right.
such as I did for my girl Angela, his
Awesome.
wife.
Awesome.
And did her thing.
I got good sex that night.
Yeah.
Good sex. Yeah, I'm gonna just do that.
But as far as the logo, yes, I know how. It is not something that I promote. Do not DM me about a logo. Don't ask me about no T-shirt. None of that, because it ain't gonna happen. I got a T-shirt I owe my uncle right now,
Yeah.
and it was from April, and he done paid me and everything. I gotta give the man his money back.
Yeah,
But yes,
yeah.
D Brand Events. Thank y'all so much. But again, please don't forget to follow 2 Men with an Opinion. Share, like, repost. Thank y'all so much, and thank y'all for having me on.
Wow.
Hey man, nothing else needs to be said. 2 Man with an Opinion, man. We gonna holler at y'all.